Mm, 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 mm. You know, I'm a very busy man. I've got things to be doing. You know what I mean? Like very important things. But it's like a day don't go by without a scandal. And usually a scandal involving Nova. But because Nova is a prominent, I'd say he's a prominent activist. Do you know what I mean? You know, it seems like they're all coming at him. Do you know what I mean? Yes, big up to Phonics, big up to Clint. You know, we do this thing. So today, yeah, and I big up myself because I feel like I'm the one who big up to Jamie Milky, big up everyone. Yeah, yeah, big up. Hey, I'm glad you lot are here. I'm glad you lot are with me today. You understand? I'm glad because right now we've got the ops. We're dealing with the ops, and the ops in this case is the Friends of Finsbury Park, and their attack is on a. You could say their attack is on the black community and all that is associated with it. For you know, the music, the culture. So you know, it affects a lot of us because a lot of us are. You know, a lot of us do hip hop music and stuff like that, and you know what I mean. So anyway, I don't even go. The thing is, I didn't even go to the Wireless Festival. I didn't even like the Wireless Festival personally. I'm into the festivals out of London, but at the same time, I will stand in defence of the Wireless Festival. And every day it gets worse and worse. Yes, big ups to James Laley, big up to Cy Philly. Every day it gets worse and worse because now what they've done is the Friends of Finsbury Park. I've gone and got this. The chairman, the vice chairman, Eldridge. They got some guy called Eldridge, right? And this guy, he's quick to turn around and say that he's what do you call it? He's a he grew up. Apparently, this guy has grown up under every single apartheid regime going. You understand? Apparently, so this guy he grew up in Rhodesia. So basically, it ain't been called Rhodesia for decades, you know what I mean? I don't even know if he's even old enough. But yeah, apparently he grew up in Rhodesia under the whites' oppression under there. And then he went over to fucking South Africa and grew up, apparently, he reckons, under the white oppression of South Africa. Yes, big up to Kareen, big up to Jay. But the thing is, if you listen to this guy speaking, because I remember, we got enough South African friends, yeah? If you listen to this guy speaking, he's speaking with a Dutch South Afrikaans accent. So even though he said he grew up under the apartheid, you have to ask yourself, what side of the apartheid was he? You understand? What side was he? Because the way he's going on, it sounds like he's the man that was fucking racially abusing black people in South Africa. Because he don't look black. If he is a South African, then he's what you call the coloureds. You understand? He's what you call the colours. And the colours, to be honest, if you actually check it out, yeah, the colours, and there's a lot of racial tension between the colours and black people anyway. So it would make sense that if a coloured person did come to the UK, it would make sense that they would lean more towards you understand, they would lean more towards the white side of things than the black side, because if you get me, yeah, African, big up to Clint, big up to Broods, you get me? So it makes sense that, trust me, South Africa, even to this day, is a very, very racially segregated place. It's disgusting, some of the stuff that's going on. Yeah, trust me. And big up to Big Ben, because Big Ben and Big Ben's mum, yeah, they fought against all these people for a long time. You get me? Yes, big up to Wayne. Yeah, they fought against all them all them Dutch Afrikaans, man, who had, you get me, one mixed race kid here, and the mixed race kid decided to join in with the white racist. That's happened on plenty of occasions in South Africa, so it's nothing new. The fact that you're from South Africa and your skin ain't white, yeah. End of the day, you know they was giving out honorary whites. You know, there were certain ethnic groups in South Africa were able to claim honorary white. You understand? So they would actually be classed as white. You understand? So it don't really mean nothing to be from South Africa. You understand? Because yeah, unless you're in the ghetto of South Africa, in Soweto and in them places, then you know what I mean, you're probably the oppressor anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? So they went to get this guy, and they thought this guy would be able to like swing things. But this guy looks like the kind of man who's never listened to a hip hop record in his life. You understand? This guy looks like the kind of man who goes to the opera. You get me? He looks like the kind of man, you understand? He looks like the kind of man who came straight to London and swerved the black community fully and went straight to the white community who brought him in. He probably had to do some dirt in South Africa to get that, you know what I mean? He might have to do a few bad things to some black people in South Africa just to get that acceptance. You understand? Big up to Zachary. Sorry, Zachary. I've had a big drama. Sorry to go off. I'm not doing my radio show today because when I plugged in my my charger for my laptop today to go and get my playlist together, it went bang. You get me? And the charger exploded, and I haven't had a chance to go and get another one. But I will be back on next week. Sorry about that, Zachary. We'll be back next week. We've had a mad, hectic week. Like I said, I shouldn't even be doing this. I shouldn't even be doing this. I'm meant to be doing other things, but obviously these friends of Finsbury Park people, yeah, apparently they're meant to be friends of the community, and they are basically against the community fully. You know what I'm saying? What it is they are for a particular they're for a particular aspect of the community, and that is the white middle class gentrification crew that have moved in from the outside. So that's basically what they're trying to preserve. That's all they are. That's all they're about, innit? And you know what I mean? Like I said, then he said to Nova, you don't know about racism because you're white. So because you're white, you don't understand racism. But it's like, no, what it is, it's more of a class war then. Let's call it a class war then. Basically, you ain't no poor South African. You understand? You ain't no poor Zimbabwean. You get me? Right? You are, whoever this guy is, he's a chairman, the vice chairman even. You understand? He's come from a rich, that's what it seems. I don't know the man, so I can't really say much. But it seems like he comes from a well-to-do background, highly educated, rich. Yeah, probably got out of all them areas when the black people were getting angry. So he probably left Zimbabwe when the black people were getting angry. So he probably left to get away from them because they were coming for him. Then he went to South Africa, and then probably the same thing happened out there. So now he's here in England. Do you see what I'm saying? And you understand? He never come to England on no dinghy boat like enough of the African brothers have. This man has come, he probably come on a private jet. Do you know what I mean? And he's probably moved straight into a nice posh area, and then he's probably only come into the area more recently when they started gentrifying it. Do you know what I mean? So probably prior to it being in Islington or wherever he is, or Haringey, he could have been in Richmond or Twickenham or Windsor or Wiltshire. He could have been somewhere else. You see what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We're going to see where this goes. At the end of the day, we know the bottom line is, yeah, we know at the end of the day, in England, the favour's always going to be for the white. And in this situation, yeah, and some of you will disagree with me, in this situation, he's representing the white and Nova's representing the black. You understand? So in this situation, Nova is black, yeah, and this guy is white. He's fighting for the whites, Nova's fighting for the blacks. So big up to Nova, because you know what, sometimes that's what it takes, you know. Sometimes our own people don't, you know what I mean, our own black people do not want to defend us, yeah? Yeah, sorry Nova, I had to do it, because let me tell you a little story, yeah? If you think a white man can't understand racism, one time, me and my friend were walking, big up to Grandma, me and Grandma were walking through, this is about 10, 11 years ago, walking through Euston Station, and my Grandma was a bit drunk, he was having a laugh, making up a bit of noise, and now one guy started, some Geordie guy, started getting fucking aggressive with him, and then he's called him a black cunt. So I have in turn gone over, what it was, I was walking behind Grandma, so while this is happening, this guy is looking at Grandma, he doesn't even realise I'm walking up behind him, so I've given the guy I've given him a few digs, yeah, and then, you know, I've given him a few digs, and then I've kept it moving. And then I've gone to go and stand in the line for the Burger King, so I'm waiting for the food. And now this guy is still trying to come at me. He's trying to attack me. And there's a white guy holding him back. You see what I'm saying? The white guy is like holding him back, like wrestling with him, yeah? And now there's a black American coon who was next to the guy on the payphone, next to him. And yes, yes, Richard Hope knows about this story. So there's a black American coon bastard, don't know what he was doing in this fucking country. And as soon as the police turned up, he's like, "Officer, I would like to report an assault. These two gentlemen assaulted this guy." Now, you fucking heard the guy call him a black cunt, but it was the white guy who in our defence, was like, "No, he's a goddamn racist!" Ah! And the police eventually let us go. Yeah, so at the end of the day, you see, I don't give a shit what you think, what colour you believe you are. At the end of the day, if you're fucking racist and you're talking with some thick Dutch You get me? Afrikaans. I am Afrikaan. You get me? That accent, yeah, that ain't Soweto accent. You get me? If you talk to a man from Soweto, they don't talk like that. Some of them prayers in South Africa can't even speak. You know what I mean? Some of them man ain't even speaking European languages that good. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, I just have to get something off my chest. You know what I mean? I hope Nova can use this video to his defence. You know, understand, to fight his case, and you know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe Friends of Finsbury Park will launch some kind of legal action against me for defamation. But I ain't business, you get me? We already got snitches doing that at the moment, you understand? We already got people. So when we call out their racism, call them racist, call them Islamophobes and everything else, yeah? They don't like it. And so they start sitting there and trying to snitch. So at the end of the day, it's nothing new. There's going to be plenty more people going to be angry about when we call them out on their discrimination and their prejudice, you know what I mean? But big up for everyone for watching. Share this, spread the word, because at the end of the day, we're the real friends of Finsbury Park. You understand? We're the real friends of Finsbury Park. I don't live in Finsbury Park, but I've always been accepted by the community in Finsbury Park. And like Nova said, I ain't never seen none of them man them. I see none of them. You get me? Yes. So yeah, Nova, big up to Nova. One love, everybody.